How's it going, everybody? I'm standing here next to the Kuhn VB 3155 round baler, and I just wanted to do like an end of the season, kind of like my overall impression on it right after one season. I was gonna go out and do another field, and then it started raining, and then it rained some more, and then rained some more, and then rained a little bit more on top of that. So I didn't end up baling it. You can see it's still kind of messy from the last field I did. It's absolutely beautiful out today, so I got some stuff done today. I got to go feed cows here in a little bit, but my plan is it's going to be like this tomorrow. I'm going to get it out, wash it, get it all cleaned up so we can put it away for the season. But so bear with me. I know it looks disgusting right now. It's not how we're leaving it. I am going to wash it tomorrow and put it away. So anyway, going over the baler, we demoed. We had my buddy's always round baled for us, so I got to get a good look at the Kloss baler. We had a neighbor, of course, I talked about this in another video, came with his baler and made some beautiful bales. He had a New Holland baler, so I kind of got to look at the New Holland baler. But as far as using them, I only demoed the John Deere, and I demoed this one. And I really like this one. It really came down to, like I said, basically the main two things was if we like the baler, obviously, and then the trade-in for our self-propelled mower. And so that kind of took it to we got quoted for a case. I know that's the same as a New Holland Case IH, CNH, whatever. So we got quoted on a case, and we got quoted on this. We ended up going with this. If you want to know why, check back on the other video. But anyway, so we went with this. I really liked the hitch on this. I thought it was, when I first hooked it up, I was a little nervous, thought it was a little too close to the tractor, but I've made some pretty sharp turns, and it hasn't been an issue. So real heavy duty hitch, the PTO, everything's nice and easy to hook up. Net wrap in the front, and I did finally have to replace the net wrap. I didn't have the camera on. Hang on a second. So net wrap in the front, like I said, I did have to replace it. I didn't have the camera on when I did it. You got a diagram up there, and I'll show you something on the monitor that I like about it here in a minute, but pretty easy. I mean, this is a pretty heavy duty wrap. This comes down, sides open up. You can take this plate out and slide it in the side. You have a step right here to get up to. So all in all, it's guys have told me, because I was saying how nice the John Deere was to load from the back, and they were saying they like seeing it spin. I see what they mean by that now. Now when I stop and it says that it's wrapping, I do like seeing that spin. So I like the wide tires on this. It's been really good. I got the kick plate for it, or whatever you want to call it, the plate for the back. That's been nice. You can just stop, wrap it, kick it out the back, and just keep going. The light kit on it was nice. All the new ones are going to have lights. Like I said, the John Deere we demoed didn't have the wider tires, and at first I'm like, that's no big deal. But now that I have these, I really like them. And the pickup head is a lot more robust and in my opinion, better than the John Deere. Now, that could have been just that model. I don't think the model that we demoed had a lot of options on it. I'm sure John Deere makes a baler with some more options that's a little bit more heavier duty, but this PAX makes a beautiful bale. We've used it for dry hay. We've used it to make baleage that we wrapped, and we haven't used it for straw. I'm not using it for corn stalks. I got no interest in, I know a lot of people say, why don't you bale up your corn stalks? I don't want to do that right now. We'll disc them and all that fun stuff, but let's run over and take a look at the monitor. So I'm sitting here in our 4055, and I'm sorry if the sun is right in my eyes, so bear with me here. And we have the Kuhn, like I said, I hope, there we go. Yeah, you can see me in the reflection there. You have the Kuhn VT30 monitor. It's a really good monitor since, you know, since we're not running right now and I don't have the baler hooked up, I took some screenshots of the monitor from before. What I like about the monitor is you can see the main screen here. You can see if it's telling me to turn. You see it just has kind of like a octagon or whatever that is there. I don't know if it's an octagon or hexagon. I didn't really count the sides, but it'll tell you if you have to veer to the left. It'll tell you if you have to veer right. And usually it's just one like this. It'll do a couple of them if you really have to turn quite a bit or veer quite a bit. If you get up to like 3 or 4 of them, it'll beep at you and tell you like, hey dummy, what did I tell you? Get over there. So it'll beep at you. You see the status bar on the left side there when you're making your bale, so you can kind of see where you're at as far as how much hay you have in there. You see you have a line right there. It's kind of a warning line like, hey, your bale's about to be done. It'll give you a beep. I think it's a couple little beeps that'll tell you like, hey, bale's almost ready. And then you have a solid long beep when you get to the top. And you see the stop sign come on there that'll tell you to stop moving. So you just stop. I just put it in neutral and just wait. It'll start. You can set a different delay time from when it beeps at you to how long when it starts wrapping. So if you're not really if you're kind of new at round baling and you're kind of getting your feet wet with it, you might set a little longer time to really get you to stop and get you all set up. If you get more comfortable with it, you can bump that time down so you can know, hey, it's about to beep, so I'm coming to a stop and let it wrap. Also, you can see the one button there. I can just manually I could stop and manually wrap it too. Like if I only had a partial bale in there, my last bale of the day or something, I just hit that button and it'll manually wrap it. So what I like is you have the bale counter up in the left-hand corner, upper left-hand corner. You can reset that. I just kind of have 2 counts going. I have an overall counter, so you know how many bales this baler's baled altogether. And then I have it where I just reset it and I can see how many bales I did of the day. If I'm not going to do that much, like if I think that's only going to be a small field with like 10 bales, I'll just leave it and say, okay, I'm starting off with 46. And if I get to 56, then it's 10 bales. You just do some simple math. But if you're going to have a long day, it's nice just to reset it and all that. And it's not really too hard to do. One of the things I like about this also is you see in the upper left-hand corner next to the bale counter, you actually have a net wrap counter. So you can see in this video, the number's quite bigger because I was getting to the end of the roll of wrap. So when I got done and I used up the roll of wrap, it was mid-bale, it beeped at me and everything. You replace the wrap, put the new one in, get it fed, wrap that bale, kick it out. Once that senses that it's over, the roll is empty and there's no more net wrap in there, it'll zero that out and start at 0. So basically what you're doing is it keeps track of your net wrap. So if you have a 1200, trying to think, 12980 or something like that was something I forgot what the one that's in there now was, how long it was. My buddy had a 12980 I think he was using in his. So when you're starting to get that higher number, hey, I'm going to be out of wrap soon. So it's a good way to keep an eye on how much wrap you use. I'm sure it's not like right on, because I'm sure there's some stuff that's gets a little I don't know, maybe it's as soon as you put it in and it wraps, maybe it's right on there to a T, I don't know, but it kind of just gives you a little bit of a heads up, so like, hey, listen, my wrap's gonna be, you can see that when the net wrap's getting low because the roll's obviously smaller, but you can also look on here and say, oh, I put a 10,000 foot roll in, or I put whatever size roll in, and then I'm starting to get close to that number, so I'm going to be out of wrap here soon. So but overall, the monitor itself is really easy to use. We have it facing right here, and we're just, I'm constantly just facing forward. I don't look back. I still look back, but I don't look back much. So it just makes it so easy to sit here. And then you see when it starts wrapping, it'll stop. And you see the numbers going, it'll start wrapping. It'll go to whatever you have it set for. For the baleage, I had it set for 2.5. And then I hit, nope, that was my header. I hit this lever, pull it back. It's whatever I set it up for. If I could swap the hoses, this is my header pickup I always put in this one, and then this one I just pull it back, kicks the bale out of the back. As soon as I close it, it'll show you it'll show you that the door is open, and you can't be putting more hay in when the doors are. You can. It'll just kick it out the back, but it'll yell at you that the door's open. And then as soon as you close it, it'll beep and everything's good, and you start making another bale. So me being a first-time round baler, like I've dealt with round bales when my buddy made them for me, but as far as me baling them, I'm new to it. This was very easy to use, and that was another good thing about the dealers I have around here. They're all great. I could call up any of them. If I get a question, I call Will, and yeah, no problem. He explains it and everything. And if we went with a baler from Kaz, you know, I could call up Ben, same thing. I could call up Bill out at White's Farm Supply, or any of the dealers, Donnie. They're all great. I could call them up, no problem, and they could walk me through whatever. So that's the dealer support is great. So there you go. That's my warning that I'm close. And we're gonna make a bale. Put it neutral, let it wrap. There, it's starting to wrap. I don't know if it's picking up the monitor at all. 2.5. Dump it out the bag. Close the bag. Continue onward. So overall, I really like this baler. I think this was a great purchase. I'm really, really happy with it. Oh God, I can't remember. I'll have to go back to the old comments, but when I was doing baleage up there, some late season baleage, someone commented and said, kind of hard to put those new toys away, and I got a chuckle out of that. It's true. I think it was Chris. I'm not sure. Yeah, I got a good chuckle out of that. He's absolutely right. But so this baler doesn't have the knives in it. It feeds in. And just makes a bale you unroll and everything like that, which basically that's what we're doing. We're putting most of our bales, we're putting them out in the, we're not putting it in a TMR mix where you would kind of need the knives to break them up, or it would be helpful to have the knives to break them up. We're putting them out in the hay racks for the cows. I got one set right on the corner here. I'll show you that the cows have kind of destroyed and kind of shook it all up, but I'll just unroll that for the heifers and feed that up, and that works pretty good. But it doesn't have the only hydraulic remotes it has is for the header to lift it up and down, and the back door to open and close. It doesn't have a drop down floor, which a lot of people told me to get. This was on the lot. They ordered this. It was actually, they were taking it around to the shows. So it is what it is. I hope I don't have to get a plug that I have to regret and say, man, I wish I had that drop down floor. But and what was the other? Okay, the knives and the drop down floor we didn't get on this, but so it's just the two remotes there. But anyway, it's really easy to hook up, really easy to use. I got nothing but good things to say about this, and honestly, I can't wait to get through the winter time so I can get it back out and make some more round bales. Because you know what, I'm the one that's up in the hay mound these days. My dad did it for many years, so now it's now it gets to, lucky for me, it gets to be my job. So the more bales I can make with this and the square balers back there, and less with that one back there, is a win for me, trust me. So anyway, and plus it's hard to it's hard to find good help. To not that the help we get, there's been people that stopped and offered to help, but you know, they're usually working and during the day and stuff like that, and it's hard to really find people to come unload the bales, really. So these are pretty easy. You pick them up with a tractor or the wheel loader, put them on the wagon, bring them back, wrap them, whatever. They've worked out great. So anyway, that was just my quick little end of the season. Like I said, I got to get this cleaned up. I'll probably do that tomorrow because it's going to be nice. But anyway, I got to go feed cows now and do all that fun stuff. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Drop me a question or comment below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have, thumbs up to you. I totally appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. Have a good one, everybody.